So recently in Chicago, in a local lake up in Chicago, they found an alligator. Did you hear the story?
Yes.
And they nicknamed it Chance the Snapper.
Chance the Snapper.
Yeah, so it got Jones and I thinking, like, man, that wouldn't be cool if you found that in your local lake, or what about your pool? I am a pool owner, and we have had some strange things pop up.
Not an alligator, right?
Not any gators or crocs. Maybe my daughter's crocs. But we've had some weird things. The nearby chipmunk family, they struggled to swim. I realized they don't.
Did you have to save a couple of them?
We saved one. Three died.
So you saved Alvin, but Theodore and what's the other one?
Simon
and
maybe
died.
The girl.
Yeah, they died.
Brittany. We've had some weird things in the pool. So it got us thinking, like, man, what are 3 things you don't want to find in your backyard pool? And so for me, number 3 is easy. I don't want to find a car in there. So I thought about this one for a while, and I just thought, that means there's going to be other damage. That means someone had a rough day drinking or night drinking, or
mistaking the gas pedal for the brake.
Mistake the gas for the brake, and you end up in your neighbor's pool with the vehicle. I gotta think this has happened. Probably a lot in the world. So for me, that was an easy one. Number 3, no cars in my pool, please.
Have you ever had any close calls to a lawnmower in the pool?
No, I'm very concerted. Careful around the pool. I don't even like to blow twigs in there.
Yeah. I wonder what the car insurance for if you land your car in a pool. Does it cover that as water damage or flood damage?
I feel like there's a State Farm commercial waiting to happen, really.
What's it? Chaos? Mr. Chaos?
Yes.
Anything can happen.
Yes.
My number 3 is along the reptile category, and that's a snake. I personally hate snakes. I'm frightened to death of snakes. So if I find that in any kind of swimming area, I would be frightened to death. Not only is it the wrong place as far as humans and snakes interacting, but they are quicker than you in a pool. On land, you can maybe outrun them, but you're confined in the pool and you only have so many places to go. So that's a nightmare to me, as a snake in a pool.
So it's just you. How are you getting the snake out?
Let that bad boy come up by himself. I mean, you just let him.
You're just hoping
he got in there by himself. He can get out by himself. He or she can get out by himself.
I'm trying to figure out what I would do. I have
a net scooper.
It's a net that, if you have leaves on the bottom of the pool,
right,
you can scoop it. So I feel like I'd be able to. And it extends. This is good for you. It extends.
Yes.
You just extend it out, and then I have I hope my neighbors aren't watching, but I have what I call my pet cemetery. All my chipmunks are buried in one spot just over the fence in this little nook over in this certain part of the yard.
You bury them or dump them?
I dump them.
Okay, that's a better.
I feed the wolves. I don't know if there's wolves around here, but the birds are in there. The chipmunks. I don't know. Maybe the occasional toad.
Toad. They love water.
Yeah. So.
My number 2 is not living, and that's a camera that you haven't approved. So an pre-approved camera.
Like
interesting
a secret
story. That's a very secret camera. That's not yours, by the way. So this comes up because of a story I heard from a coworker just the other day who has a pool in their backyard. They found that they have a creeper neighbor who's been spying them, not over the fence, but also recording them at the same time in the pool. And they have a history of taking bad photographs of children and adults alike. So that is very scary to me, both as a protective dad, but also just as somebody who's visiting a pool. I don't want to be photographed.
No, cameras are not a good thing. How did they find out? Did they tell you?
Well, they looked up their neighbor's name, and they also saw them creeping in the window, so you can see your neighbors looking at you.
Not how they. Obviously, you can find them on the
but recording
sexual offender registry list.
They called the police, and they found the pictures on the phone.
Oh dear.
Yes.
Oh dear, that's not good. That is not.
You don't have any creeper neighbors that you'd be afraid to admit on camera.
One of my neighbors can see over to our diving board area.
Okay.
But they're cool. And I also know when I'm up there, probably demonstrating some sweet jackknifes and some other cool moves, that they're probably entertained.
Awestruck.
Otherwise, we have pretty good coverage via our trees.
That's good.
So yeah, that's that one scares me a little bit now. Now I'm not
Always be
nervous. Yeah, my number 2 is way more simple. It's just that you don't want to find a hole in your pool.
True.
because
Very simple.
It's gonna cost a lot of money to fix that.
Yeah.
You want water in there when you jump in.
Not an empty pool.
Yeah, so that one's simple for me. We luckily we haven't had to deal with that issue.
Is that common to have a hole in the bottom?
Yeah, the lining
Over
in the,
time,
in the
I
lining,
guess.
not like the foundation, but typically the lining.
Yeah, cause a leak.
Yeah, I think our lining's pretty old. Our pool guys put in like one patch. They didn't really tell us; they just did it, and I don't. Whatever they did, we've been keeping water a lot better.
It's good.
So
you don't have
even
to
though-
dump it out.
Yeah, even though it's rained, like Noah's Ark this summer in the Midwest, we've survived. So number one thing for me of what I don't want to find in my backyard pool would be naked neighbors.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Getting on the creepy factor.
Yeah, that's so they think you're out of town.
So not while you're in the pool.
Right, like Lou and Rhonda sneak over when they know how to get into the back area. And next thing you know, you come home and there they are, nudo in the poolo.
Just swimming or doing some other things?
Well, never know. I don't know how their sex life is, and I don't want to know. That's why I don't want them in my backyard pool. So
That's true. I think anybody nude in your pool besides yourself probably isn't a good thing.
no,
Whether
no.
it's a neighbor, relative,
You have the right if it's your own pool, obviously.
to refuse.
Or to jump in naked if you want, but not your neighbors,
That's true.
not their business.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
You know
Not
that's
all,
been done.
Not all your business.
That's been done more than the car.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
but they don't get caught. They're sneaky about it.
That's why I don't want to find them.
My number one is a dookie. So, of course, wherever you're swimming, the lake, river, pool, you don't want to find number two in your pool. You don't want to turn it into a toilet, essentially.
Those are
You don't want your pool
not
turned into a toilet.
Snickers.
That's not Snickers. It doesn't matter how big it is, whether that's a mouse, a bird, a toddler, or a full-grown adult.
All of those people's poops and animals.
Anything. I don't think you want any poop in your pool, right?
True, I guess
Defecation.
there's really no poop I do want in there. That
Pool is
is
not a
correct.
place for defecation.
No.
You don't want floaties in your pool that have been inside somebody else's body.
Oh God. Luckily, I don't think I have any experience with that ever happening.
No poop in the pool, really?
Well, I mean, I'm trying to think of maybe like
Oh, in
once
general?
once in my life have I run across it or something in a pool.
I've done it in the river before, but none in the pool.
Yes, it happens a lot in the river, especially the Mississippi. For those that aren't from the Midwest, it's nasty, so you would never know anyway.
They call it the Muddy Mississippi for a reason.